In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that Allah appeared in the personage of Master Fraud Muhammad, and I also continue to bear witness that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed his divine messenger. I also continue to bear witness that the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is risen amongst us to educate us, to restore what was lost, and that's the knowledge of self, the knowledge of who we are. I honor and I welcome that man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because when Allah chose him, when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad chose him, their precision of their choice, you can see the results in that choice today. Allah don't make mistakes. Minister Farrakhan is the man to lead us back to Allah. And with that, I greet you in the language of peace, of Assalamu Alaikum, which only means peace be unto you. I'm in my garage finishing up this Magnum, which was a challenge. Not hard, a challenge. And I got a good neighbor, all praise is due to Allah, that helped me in some of the difficulties that I encountered. Allah will always send you genuine people that will match your energy. I'm the type of person, if a brother need help, I help him. And vice versa, Allah send help to me when I need help. There's two brothers that I ask for this type of help. Is my brother Mo and my brother P down the street. Real good brother. I like doing this stuff on my own because it's valuable information that you can learn. And as men, we must know how to do stuff like this. It's just how God wired us. This is how we are wired, you know, to do for self and to do mechanical things, fix things, you know what I'm saying? That's just how God created the man to be, to solve problems. Now, I'm making this video because it's going to be a short video. It's because we as men, and some men already know this, but the younger generation may not know how to do stuff like this. And it's okay if you don't know. It's okay if someone show you how to do something. Now, I'm never too proud and too arrogant if I run into a problem that's difficult for me to overcome, and I have a brother that has more increased knowledge in that information. I'm never too proud to submit myself to that knowledge. And by me submitting myself to that knowledge, the job got done. Now all I gotta do is just put the rest of the stuff inside of my car, my spindle. I'm waiting on them to send me my control arm. They sent me a control arm with a bad ball joint. You know, with a bad ball joint, a bad nozzle where you pump the grease in. They sent me one that was kind of stripped. You know what I'm saying? So they honored their word. You know what I'm saying? They said they will send me another one out free of charge. I said this one's brand new. When they sent it back, they said no, I'll keep it. You know, we'll send you out another one. All praise is due to Allah. Good business secures a future business. I love doing stuff like this. I love it. And it's time for me to get this car fixed and get this car sold. And that's the objective. That's my purpose. That's my purpose. And I would like to give honors to my brother P, You know, I asked him, he responded immediately. I respect and honor you for that, brother. And I would do the exact same thing for you with the exact same match energy. And if I can put some more energy on it, by the grace of Allah, I would. Because I will help those that help me. I'm going to reciprocate the same thing. I'm not going to be a one that's always asking for something but never give nothing in return. No, sir. That's a parasite. You have to put yourself around people, man, that match your energy. Period. And I also like to give honors and respect to my brother Mo, because Mo, he's gonna do this stuff right here for me. He's gonna do this for me, but I kept watching YouTube, and I say, man, you got to learn how to do this, because this not only gonna come with painting a car, but this gonna also come from you being able to buy a car, and you can service your own car. You're gonna run into bad struts, bad stabilizer links, bad inner and outer tie rods. You're gonna run into stuff like this, so you have to learn how to do it. And even when you get into a situation where the stabilizer link keeps spinning, I couldn't get that stabilizer link off there for nothing in the world. I couldn't get it off. Strip my my vice grips, you know what I'm saying? I tighten them up as much as possible. So the next thing I did was I was gonna use this, my angle grinder, to cut it. But it wasn't strong enough to cut it. So I called my neighbor, which is a good brother. We got a good relationship. You know, we all look out for each other on this street. We watch each other's houses on this street. You know what I'm saying? We look out for each other on this street. This is a community on this street where I stay at. You know, we all look out for each other. This street is very quiet. You know, all praise is due to Allah. You know what I'm saying? This is just it's a good environment up here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all praise belongs to Allah. But I want to give honor and respect to P. I text him, he immediately texts back. I told him, you know what I'm saying, what time we can get together to do this and what was a good time for him. We set a time up and he came and we got the job done. All praise is due to Allah. Now, we as men must be able to respond to emergency situations that may come up inside of our homes. And I'm gonna give you an example. Our stove went out. You know, things always go out when your money funny. Things always happen when stuff always happen, you know what I'm saying, when it's the wrong time for it to happen. But can't nobody predict, you know what I'm saying, when something is gonna happen. Just be prepared when it do happen. Point blank, period. Well, our oven went out. And you know your oven, you use that to bake, to cook. You know, you need your oven. That's what it's there for. So, my queen was talking about buying a brand new oven. I said, I'm gonna fix that oven. I'm gonna fix that oven. So, it's one thing about me. I look, I learn, and I apply. Because you can never know if you can do something or not if you never pursue it, if you never try it. To get the result to say, okay, this works. Well, I used to always be around, like, there's a brother that passed away. I love the brother to death. You know what I'm saying? Brother Ernest, may Allah be pleased with the brother's, his works, because he was a very good brother. Point blank, period. A very good brother who loved the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'll never forget me and that brother on post. I'll never forget every time that we was on post. He was just a good brother, point blank, period. He had a washing machine store with every pair of washing machines, stoves, refrigerators. And I used to always go up in there, and I always had a fascination for, like, tinkering with stuff like that, like cars and, you know, fixing like on my Challenger, I put my own hood pins in there. I drilled down into my own hood. They gave me a price, how much you want to charge to put the hood pins in there. I said, I'm gonna do that myself. And I did it myself, and I did it with precision. Because I believed in myself that it could be done, and I did it. Period. I love tinkering with stuff. So when my queen said that she wanted to buy a new stove, I immediately went to my university, YouTube. And I went on there and I looked at numerous, I got to study. For me to speak about something, to know about something, I have to study. I'm not going to be a parrot. I'm not going to talk about things that's not in my heart. I just can't do that. It got to be seated in my heart for me to talk about it, and I have to have somewhat of experience to feel it. To feel it. So what I did, I went on YouTube and I looked at a whole bunch of videos, and I seen it was one common problem that caused your heating element to go out like this. So when I turned the oven on, I seen a little faint glow that was in the back. I never forgot that. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I went on YouTube. I got the serial number. I got the part number. I got the part number and the model number for the stove. So I'm going on YouTube. I'm looking at a few videos over and over and over and over again. I look at this one, I look at that one. I look at this one, I look at that one. So I said, okay, this is a kind of problem with these, with this problem right here. So I say, well, that might be the case with this. So I went and checked the power, add power. I turned the oven on. I seen a little glow in the back. I said, okay, well, now when you're dealing with a heat element, you have a heat igniter. This is what they call an igniter right here. This is what went bad on the oven. It was an igniter. But the bracket that go around that push the fire out, you need 220 volts to push that. You know what I'm saying? So this right here, by it burning out, it wasn't strong enough to light, to the stove. So I went on YouTube, like I said, and I watched, I looked, and I said, man, I'm about to go fix this stove. So I went in there. I found out where all the screws was. I took the screws out. I didn't take the door off. But you can't take the door off, but I didn't take the door off. I kept the door on there. I pulled the bottom drawer out, you know what I'm saying, set that to the side, and I looked down in there, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And when you do things yourself, now this is a stove that the sister bought, my queen bought brand new, delivered. When you do things on your own, you can go back and track things where people do things that you would never know about because you would never go on that stove and check it. When I learned where all the screws was, I got all the screws and I took the top part, you know what I'm saying? So top aluminum part on there, steel, you know what I'm saying, that covers the bottom of the oven. And I took that off and put it to the side. And I look down in there and it's a little plate that goes across that evenly dispatch the flames evenly. So when I started taking the screws out, it was a screw that was on top of that little plate that sits on the top. They made a screw for that. Do the screw work? Yeah, but that's a brand new stove. It's supposed to be a nut on there. It's supposed to be a nut on there, not no piece of wire that you wrap around and you screw it down on there. Do it, tighten it up, yeah. But is that a screw? Absolutely not. It's a piece of hanger. But this was a brand new oven. But this is the benefit of doing things on your own, studying on your own, because you will be able to detect BS. You will be able to detect it because you're studying it on your own. You doing your own evaluation. You doing your own inspection. So you're able to come up with a concrete answer and understand that, damn, these people do all type of stuff, man, behind your back, you know what I'm saying? You never know because you won't study. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You don't go into doing stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? You'll never know. So you'll never know that that's in there. But by me going in there, man, it just opened my awareness up, man. Like, man, I'm always going to do stuff on my own. I'm always going to do for self because there's so many benefits in it. That's why we need doctors and scientists, man. because we're not going to experiment on our own. This heat element went out. It's only 2 wires that hook this heat element up. So I went online to try to find the heat element. We had the part number and the model number, so we found one. So we found some supply shops in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying, that sell these right here. So when you go on eBay or Amazon, you can get these right here for $20. You can get these for $30. And they'll be here probably in the next 3 days, 3 or 4 days, depending on where you buying it from the seller. In this case, they're gonna get ours back on the 28th, or like about 4 or 5 days later, about 4 days later, which I was cool with that, you know what I'm saying, because as long as we got the fire on top burning, you can still cook. But I wanted to fix this yesterday. I wanted to fix it yesterday. I wanted to fix it. So I called around, and it was a guy that was out in Ravenna that had a supply shop. You know, he asked about the model number, the number. I gave him the part number. He said, no, he need the model number. So I said, you can't look it up with the part, because I already looked it up with the part number and the part came up. No, we can't look it up like that. You got to get the model number. Oh, I didn't too much care for his attitude, because it was a racist attitude. He gave off that racist spirit. So I'm steady looking. So she called back the number again. She called the number back again. You know what I'm saying? And he answered the phone, because first it was a lady that referred us to him. He answered the phone and put my queen on hold for forever. I said, hang the phone now. You know, that man is racist. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you that he don't want your business. He don't want your business. Me, I'm not going to settle to be around someone who I know don't have my best interest, or I'm going to be patronizing you knowing that you don't have my best interest. I'm not going to give my money up like that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But this is a necessity that has to be done. I kept calling around, and Allah blessed me to meet a good Spanish brother that matched my energy. We matched each other's energy. And if you need any supplies, I'm gonna put his information up on this YouTube channel right here. Very good, decent brother. I love good brothers. I love good people, man. I don't like fake snakes. I just don't like you, man. I like good brothers, man, because good brothers they're gonna have a certain type of energy with them, man, that's gonna be compatible to another person that got that same energy. And when you go look at them, they got results of doing good business, man. You can't fake results. You can't bargain with results. You gotta earn them. You have to earn them. Me and this brother met. I added him to my morning text. He's gonna be another brother I'm gonna text, and I'm gonna do future business with him with what I got going on. I'm not gonna share what I got going on. I'm gonna put myself in a position where I can always help my family and the nation. But I don't talk. While you talking, I'm working. You can best believe that. You know what I'm saying? And when it come down to that energy, that's very, very important for me. So this element, I could have got this element for $30 on Amazon. The brother charged me $50 for this. Somebody else had it for $65, one person had it for $70, and one person had it for $60. I bought this personality first. And the reason why I bought his personality, when he got on the phone, now I done already did my research on YouTube, so I can tell if he's telling me the truth, because I done already did my research. So he say, brother, he say, are you sure it's the igniter? He said, brother, go in your kitchen. And he say, now he didn't have to do this. He didn't have to do all this, but this bought him a customer for the rest of his life. This bought me this is gonna be my business partner right here for the rest of my life. It's just a good person, man. You can't fake being good. You can pretend being good, but you can't fake being good. And it's a big difference. You can pretend all day, But you can't fake being good. It's a completely difference. Trust me. The brother say, you sure it's the igniter? I say, absolutely. He say, well, let me check first. He say, go in your kitchen, because I don't want you to waste no money. He said, go in your kitchen and see if you got power. I already did that. He said, turn your oven on and see is it a little glow. He troubleshooted me through everything with my igniter, and he say, man, is your igniter on the inside of it, is it white? I said, yes, sir, it is. He said, okay, that's your igniter. He said, man, I'll sell you one for $50. I say, man, brother, I'm on my way. He said, you sure? I said, I stand on my word. I stand on that with my life. Brother, you got a customer for the rest of your life, bro. I went over there and we connected. I'm gonna put his information up on the screen. If you need any appliances, this is a good brother to go to. He's a good, wholesome brother. He's our Spanish brother. Mucho respeto para ti. I respect. Now, let me tell you something. It's time for us to come together. Literally. Period. Flat out. And this is, see, when you got good relationships, you got my Spanish brothers, you got the Mexican brothers, and you do good business with these brothers, that expands the region of our race. It expands it. To my Spanish brothers and my Mexican brothers, nosotros somos uno. Nosotros somos hermanos. Es hora de unirnos como una familia. Lo siento desde abajo de mi corazón. Es hora. Es hora. Nosotros somos uno. Nosotros somos familia. Mucho respeto para ti. In that order. In that order. What I said is this. We are one. We are family. It's time for us to come together. And I don't say it just to say it, but I mean it from my heart. My corazón. I mean it from that department, that region. This brother got a business partner for the rest of his life and a customer for the rest of his life. All my appliances, I'm going to need them and I'm going to use them. The appliances that he got, quality in his store. Allah bless me to meet good people, man. All praises belongs to Allah. So my point for making this video is, when you send out good vibes and good energy, you're going to connect with somebody that's going to match your energy. Point blank period. I ain't talking about no deceptive energy. I'm talking about a real connection. Point blank period. This igniter right here, if anyone has a oven, you just want to buy an oven, I can refer you to somebody that will sell you a good quality oven. But if you have an oven that can be fixed and it's your heat element, this is a easy fix. I'm talking about an easy fix. And just say you get a igniter, because that's what was wrong with ours. It was an igniter. I went in there, found the wires, disconnected the wires, put everything back in, bolted this back down to the stove, plugged it back up, turned on the oven. It took about 20 seconds to 30 seconds for it to you know what I'm saying, for it to come on, and you see the fire going around, you know what I'm saying, that channel right there. And I just said to myself, man, all praises belongs to Allah, man. When you go out and seek to do something and Allah bless you to get results of what you seeked out to accomplish, it's a blessing, man. It's a feeling that you get. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, all praises due to Allah. And that propels you to do other things. You know, point blank period, man. So if anybody have a oven, don't throw it out. If you throw it out, somebody gonna come get it, fix it, and sell it. If that oven can be fixed, you don't need to buy another oven. It may just be your heat element. If you're getting power and your lights and everything is coming on, it can just be your heating element, because these are the most common things that go out in your oven. And just say, for instance, if you got a heating element and you got two of these little holes at the top, you only got two of these. And the one you got, it got the same thing, but the bracket is different. That bracket might only have one screw, but yours got two. What you do, you keep this harness right here. You keep this harness and you take this out right here. You take this out and you pry this out. You know what I'm saying? Be careful, because you don't want to break this, and you definitely want to break this because you don't compromise the element. But you take this out and it comes right out. You know what I'm saying? Once you pry this out, it just comes out. You know, it comes out, and then you take the one that you got, you pry that one out, and you stick this one in this harness, tighten it back down, squeeze it a little bit, tighten it back down, but don't break it. You know what I'm saying? And you just bolt it up with the same harness. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, everything is, to spec. Everything's gonna bolt up the way it's supposed to bolt up, because the way these bolt up is the way they're supposed to bolt up. They're not supposed to be tipped down like this, up, corner. If it's angled like that, then that's how it's supposed to be. But if it's straight like this, that's how it's supposed to be. You're dealing with gas and an igniter. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're dealing with that stuff properly. And before you even deal with any of this, the first thing I did was disconnected the power from the power source, and I turned my my gas off. You know what I'm saying? How you turn your gas off? You just take the lever and just turn it up. You know what I'm saying? You turn it off. You're gonna see the lever. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see where it's angled at. You know what I'm saying? All you do is wherever it's angled, just turn it off. You know what I'm saying? And you would turn your gas off, and you will know it's off because you turn the stove on, ain't nothing gonna come on. But you want to turn all that off. You want to turn your gas off, and you'll kill your power supply and just take the plug. Just take the plug out. But this is something that we as men must know how to respond to emergency situations that arise in our house. You know what I'm saying? We must know how to address our cars, change our tires. You know what I'm saying? Do oil changes. You know what I'm saying? Do oil changes. In my situation, I'm putting a whole hookup in this magnet right here that I challenge myself. You know, and if I make mistakes, that's cool. That's life. If I mess up, that's cool. That's life. Don't never get impatient with yourself. Always have patience with yourself, and know that once you overcome this, it's a valuable lesson in that. Value. So that's all praise is due to Allah, but I want to leave with this. I want to say this. You can't bargain with results. Results is earned. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. And always remember, we are never too old or too young to learn. Your brother, Kabir, legend, Muhammad. Peace.